Good evening, LTL Nation. This is Fadi Gwanny on Live Talks Live. Today we're talking about a big question, huge question, scary question, a question that most people really don't want to tackle. Can you change your past? Can you possibly change your past? And what happens when you change your past? Does your thoughts change? Does your life change? Does your perception of what to do, what not to do, how to live, who to speak to change? Does anything change at all? So let's ask ourselves this real serious question. Can we change our past? And how? Today, in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to prove to you that you can, in fact, that you have. Many times over, hundreds, thousands of times over, you have changed your past. But the question is, can you change your past where you're stuck? So let's talk about it for a second. First, there's this amazing story for this beautiful lady called Maya Angelou, icon of our century. She's a pure work of art, right? And Maya Angelou tells her story. She was raped when she was 7 years old. Absolutely, she was actually raped when she was 7 years old. And from there, once they've captured the rapist, they later released him. And when they did, 5 days later, they found him dead. And Maya took this on herself. She thought that if she wouldn't have mentioned his name, he wouldn't have died. So here you are, 7-year-old Maya, being raped and burdened by the guilt of murder. From that point onwards, and for 5 years, she spoke no word. Now I want you to think about this part of the past. Think about it very carefully. What would you do if you're carrying such a burden now? A part of the past that you can describe as something that made you who you are, constructed your perception of life. You can say whatever it is. You can keep suffering from it. But what happened with Maya, and over time, that she changed her perception of what happened. She didn't change the actual events. She changed how she saw those events. So for those 5 years where she was shut quiet, she read every possible book that came in her way. Complete libraries. She'd knock them out. And it made her the fulfilled and complete and intellectual and spiritual person she is today. So when she looks at it, she can easily say, out of something that was horrific, something that is crushing, life was able to sprout out. So the question is here. If you were to change how you see your past, would that change your past or would it not? You see, anything you're in a state where you're actually still suffering something that happened in the past is because you still see it the same way you saw it when it happened. The same mindset, the same thoughts, same emotional state, same state of spiritual growth. Now let me prove to you that you've changed your past several times over your life. Things that we used to do and get angry about and feel hurt of when we were teenagers or even younger. When we look at it now, we laugh about it. What's the difference? What happened? What happened to us so we can laugh at something that we once hated, were angry at, were hurt from? What happened to us? First of all, growth. We understood things from that event that back then we did not see, nor did we understand. When that happened, how we perceive the past changed. The past completely changed to us. The story we tell ourselves changed. So let's think about it a second. Is there any story in your life where if you were to change your perception of, your past would change? You see, anything that ever happened in your life, anything that was negative, horrible, horrific, tremendous, something that you couldn't bear at the moment, was designed to teach you something. Something in your spirit called for it. A phase of growth was needed. And it would never go away. It would never change until you took the correct teachings from that event. Teachings must be positive about you and the future. Learning negative things about other people doesn't count. Teachings have to be positive about you and about the future. So what would you do? How would you think deeply about it? How would you truly try to extract where you're at today, how you've grown today, was accumulative of all these things that hurt you in the past? Are you still suffering from it? You see, once you suffer from the past, you haven't taken the teachings. Chances are it's going to keep haunting you down, day in, day out. Not only that, it might actually keep repeating itself in a pattern in your life until you take the teachings. The more you resist your past, the more you're going to suffer. So ultimately, it's the teachings. Everything you go through in life is happening for you. It's trying to take you to the next level. You have the full power and capacity not only to change your present and future, but also your past. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pick one event in your life that you couldn't let go of. And I want you to really sink into deep meditation and break it down. How did it help you? How did it make you grow? And once you've taken and confirmed the positive about you and future-based teachings, allow it to pass. From that point, you have created a completely different past. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to Kelsey's talk tomorrow about the past. I'll see you guys very, very soon. And very shortly, we're going to air the Arabic version. Have a great evening.